Today we're gonna test the brand new card Vines against every single archetype in Clash Royale. Alright guys, we have Vines in our starting hand, and we're just gonna be playing this Balloon Miner deck because I think this might be one of the best decks in the game to use the new Vines with. Okay, Xbow does have Pekka. I guess I will go kind of aggressive with the Loon right here. I don't really have too much better to do. But guys, basically how the Vines work is that it functions almost the same like a Hunter Net. Look, we can actually play it right here. It hits multiple targets. It's just like stunning the Pekka, and it allows our Musketeer to actually deal with it pretty nicely. Oh my gosh. Of course Xbow would have Goblin Giant Pekka, man. Alright, let's just get a Musketeer down low, and I think we'll be okay. But yeah, guys, basically, the Vines just completely immobilize a card. They make it so the card can't attack, it can't move, or anything like that. So it's going to be really good for something like Balloon, which can just get massive damage when your opponent has their air cards all stunned up, like their air defense cards all stunned up by the Vines. So yeah, I think this will be really, really nice. I guess I'll just go in for an Ice Golem here and see if we can bait Xbow to play something. Okay, let's go for a Balloon as well. And even if he has some sort of air defense, guys, all we have to do is go for the Vines. But looks like Xbow has absolutely no air defense in his deck, except, okay, the minions, but I kind of forgot about those, to be honest. Alright, we're just going to get our Snowball down right here. I feel like the Vines could also come in clutch on defense sometimes as well, so pretty excited to see how they do here. Xbow does go for the Rage, but we can just kite this Pekka with the Ice Golem. Normally this deck does have the Barbarian Barrel over Vines, but I think even without the Bar Barrel, the deck still has a really good defense, and the Vines will also help out sometimes as well. But yeah, guys, the Vines do really good damage. You can kind of think of it like a Void level of damage. Like, it can kill stuff like archers. I mean, like a Void when it's hitting multiple targets, essentially, is the damage that Vines do. You know, it can kill stuff like archers, firecracker, that kind of thing is what it can actually take out. Alright, go for your minions, man. Nice, he goes for the minions. You can just Vines onto it. Look, it pulls all three of them, and it fully kills them, guys. That is pretty incredible. But Xbow goes for the Vines, too. And, guys, as I said, it works like a Hunter Net, so it actually pulls air cards to the ground, which is kind of a nice feature, honestly. Kind of an interesting feature. It's going to allow stuff like Pekkas, obviously, to kill balloons. And also, guys, our opponent today, Xbow, he's a fellow YouTuber. Make sure to check him out. But he was telling me that actually Vines plus Log can fully kill a flying machine. Because basically the Vines bring the flying machine to the ground, and from there, the Log does enough damage to kill it. Okay, we can just go for the Vines right here. Xbow, oh, dude, he gets the Pekka hit. Man, if I tanked that with, like, a Miner, that could have been really good. I thought this matchup would be a lot easier for us, but honestly, the thing saving Xbow right now is actually the Vines. But yeah, this new card is really fun, man. It can really come in clutch sometimes, and I feel like it'll just win so many games for people last second. And the fact that it can hit multiple targets is really clutch, too. This is actually my very first time playing Vines. This is really just like my, you know, first impression of it. I guess the timing with Vines has to be kind of good as well, guys, because if you play it at the wrong time, you're going to immobilize the wrong thing. Also, that Vines actually stunned up his Pekka, but it doesn't allow our Balloon to get a hit. Wait, did the Vines just stun the tower? Wait, guys, am I tripping, or did the Vines just stun the tower? I didn't even realize it would affect towers like that. I saw it does do reduced crown tower damage, though. That is one thing that I saw. Gonna go for this way far back right here. Okay, I know he's gonna Vines. Yeah, we go for our own Vines to counteract his Vines. Nice! He gets the E-Wiz down, but Balloon death damage should be enough to take us the win, guys. Vines is so much fun. Against beatdown, I think I have to give the Vines a 10 out of 10. It's so good on defense and offense. Alright, we're in the next match, guys. And yes, Vines actually does stun up the tower after all, guys. We just beat Xbow when he was playing a beatdown deck, but now he has bait. Okay, bait's gonna be interesting. I want to see the interactions here. I want to see if it can kill a princess. I'm pretty sure it can, because it can kill firecracker and stuff, so, you know, princess has less HP. But yeah, guys, it does stun up the tower, which is actually going to make Vines a lot more broken than I expected. I don't know, guys. I don't know about this card. I feel like they might have to emergency nerf it, potentially. But I know we always say that, so maybe don't place too much value in that statement. But, shoot, I don't know, man. I don't know. Seems pretty crazy. Wait, Xbow just misplaced a cannon. No, the Vines just saved his life. He was so dead otherwise without that. Now, given that the Vines is kind of a short effect, but still it can really be nice. Alright guys, so I'm just going to cycle the Musketeer in the back. I feel like with the Vines, it's really nice because we have a nice way to kill stuff like Princess. We have a way to also just stun up the tower to get last-second balloon connections. I feel like a lot of people always get really annoyed when they face stuff like Freeze, and I feel like Vines is basically just Freeze 2.0. Like, guys, Vines is literally Freeze 2.0. Wait, Abdod just misplaced another cannon. Abdod, what? This is not like you. Wait, I can just Vines too? Oh, I was a little bit late, but Balloon gets a massive connection. It gets a second shot. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, guys, Abdod is more of a heavy deck player, as far as I know, so I guess Bait is not really his cup of tea, but wow. We just took almost the whole tower. Not quite the whole tower, though, but almost. Evo Skellies are gonna mitigate this barrel damage here, and... Wait, what? That's getting so much damage on that side. Holy moly. I didn't realize that was getting so much damage. I thought the knight would just, die right there. We could snipe this princess down, and that should be pretty good. Nice. But yeah, guys, I think Vines will be so nice against Bait. It's gonna counter stuff like Rascals, I'm sure. You know, Dark Goblins, Princesses. And look at that, wow. It actually works quite well with Miner, it looks like. Maybe instead of Poison, some people will start to run the Vines, and they'll just pair it with like a Log or something. Because as I said earlier, guys, the Log plus the Vines does fully counter the Flying Machine. So there's going to be a lot of nice interactions. Bro, no way he misplaced a cannon for the 3rd consecutive time. Bro, Abdon, you gotta work on these cannon placements, my friend. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Wait, let's Vines against the barrel just to see how it works. Oh yeah, easily counters the barrel. And that's gonna be a good game, guys. It actually worked quite well against Bait. I'm gonna have to give Vines a 9 out of 10 against Bait. It can take out pretty much any Bait type of unit. You guys know what one of the biggest weaknesses of this deck was? It was the fact that it had no reset, because obviously you can reset stuff like Inferno Dragon with Snowball, but you could never reset something like, for example, the Inferno Tower, or you couldn't, like, you know, retarget things. But now when you have Vines in this deck, the Vines actually are a reset. I mean, I guess it doesn't reset, for example, an Evo Inferno Dragon. It won't reset that, I believe, but it will still reset stuff like Inferno Towers, I'm sure. So, heck, I don't know. I feel like the Vines are going to be such a nice asset in this deck. Okay, Abdod does have the Ice Wizard, but luckily for us, he doesn't have the Cannoneer Tower. Oh, he gets the Bats down. Wasn't 100% sure if he would have those or not. I guess I'll go for this up high, distract the Bats, distract the card at the same time. Very nice Ice Golem. I'm just going to get my Musketeer down right here. Kind of lucky for me he has no Cannoneer Tower, because that would definitely make it a little bit harder. But can you guys imagine how many times you get these 1 HP balloons to the tower, and now you can just Vines to get a free connection? That's going to be kind of crazy. Yeah, it just feels like such a good utility card. There's so much you can do with it. You can defend with it, you can kill swarms with it, you can attack with it, you can just catch your opponent off guard with it. Because it's basically a freeze that's a lot less risky. It's like a freeze, except it actually does a lot of damage, and also it just is gonna be cheaper and kind of just like quicker to play, I feel like, you know? We can actually get this. Wait, well, let's Vines here, just for the sake of testing. Nice! He messed up his mortar placement! Wow! Oh my gosh! No, that's crazy! That balloon was not going to be even close to a connection without the Vines there, guys. Oh my gosh. That is insane. And by the way, guys, by the time you're watching this video, it'll actually be my birthday. So, yeah, today I turn 21 years old, man. Thank you guys so much for, you know, always supporting the channel and always just, I don't know, I feel like you guys are so positive in the comments always and just making things feel so good. Wow! The Evo Skellies because of the Vines! Oh my gosh, guys! Can you imagine how toxic this will be? Well, they're still going! What? They still kept going! Oh my gosh. I'm not even overreacting. Like, YouTubers normally overreact all the time. I'm not even overreacting here. I'm underreacting, if anything. We actually stun up his Evo Mortar right here, which is nice. I'm actually baffled by this card. There's no way. Like, I know many other times I said something's like way too weak or way too strong. Like, Vines are for real gonna be too strong, man. Okay, looks like it doesn't hit that many targets, as you guys can see here. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even look how many targets it could actually hit at one time, but it looks like it can hit maybe, like, I would say 3, but I'll double check now. Against Siege, I'll give the Vines an 8 out of 10 because it's very bad against the Siege buildings, but it is kind of good at countering some of their glass cannons that they pair with them. So yeah, guys, vines can hit a maximum of 3 targets, and it lasts for 2.5 seconds, which is quite a while. Like, I don't know how they think this is balanced, but then they leave freeze how it is. Like, this is literally just a better freeze. Wait a minute, what? No way that breaks through. Okay, nice, luckily it doesn't. Luckily for me, my right side tower was helping out, but if it wasn't, I feel like that would have actually maybe been a breakthrough for him. We're just gonna balloon Ice Golem because he spent a whole 8 elixir there, so I think it's worth it. Nice, the Inferno Dragon's on the wrong thing. We could just Vines here and test how it works. Yeah, so look, it's gonna probably reset the Inferno Dragon. It does damage it quite heavily too. Bro, I literally just take the entire tower. Like, I could have snowballed there instead for 2 elixir, but as you can see, the Vines are quite a bit more useful. Dude, Vines are insane. This guy just can't do anything. And he's not even a bad player. Like, you guys might think this guy is just not a good player, but it's not even true. He's actually a decent player. He has some decent finishes to his name, I believe. And so, guys, Vines do a total of 75 Crown Tower damage. So make sure you remember that number, so you don't accidentally, you know, start the spell cycle at the wrong time. But man, I feel like small spells are just going to become so incredibly broken now, guys, because small spells will just pair so well with the Vines. Wait, just Vines here? Yo! Golden Knight stuck mid-dash, and wow, he just completely shut down his push. This is actual insanity. Oh my gosh, that's just game over, I'm gonna be honest. Against bridge spam, Vines is absolutely top tier. Versus bridge spam, I'm gonna give the Vines a 10 out of 10 because they just completely shut down bridge spam pushes. Guys, I feel like with Vines, you want to play it kind of in a more... Okay, I kind of have to play it here, but I was just gonna say, guys, I feel like you want to play it in more of a secretive type of way. Like, the Vines, to me, they're more like a card such as Goblin Curse, where you can get the most value out of it if you catch your opponent off guard with it. So, whenever possible, I feel like it's just best to not cycle it. Now, I kind of had to play it there on the wall breakers, but if possible, it's better to keep it in your hand and just reveal it just like you do with the Goblin Curse when your opponent least expects it. Abdod may pop the Mighty Miner ability, so I will be ready with my Skeletons if I need it. Okay, I'm just going to Skeletons on this. If he goes for the Mighty Miner ability, I'm okay with that. Alright, let's just get our balloon down right here and try to make a nice push. See if Abdod doesn't miss his cannon. Is that going to pull? Oh, his minions messed it up. Oh, the Vines did save him a little bit, but balloon... Okay, it does not quite get death damage. You know, guys, I'm kind of forgetting that even when my opponent goes for the Vines, I can still just go for my own Vines on their tower and stuff to kind of counteract their Vines. So I'll probably have to start doing that a little bit more. But anyways, Abdo does normally not have very good air defense in his deck, I feel like. This Miner deck, you know, only has minions normally, but with the Vines in there as well, this might get a little bit more difficult. But of course, we have our own Vines as well to use to our advantage. So I'm just going to spam a Miner Balloon once again. Got the Vines ready for the minions. They just take out the minions so quickly, because you just insta-drop it and... Oh, yes, yes! Okay, it's not going to hit everything. Wait, it hits the cannon and not the minion there? That's interesting. I'm not really sure how that targeting works, actually. I would have thought that it would have targeted the 3 minions since the minions were played right there. Oh, you know what, guys? Actually, I guess it probably prioritizes targeting whatever was played first, I think. So I guess that's how it works. Now, guys, we do have the Evo Musketeer, which I'm going to try to use to snipe a cannon. Hopefully, we're able to do so. Oh, wait, that cannon is not going to pull. Bro. I don't know if Abdot has, like, slippery fingers or he's trying to be like Riley today. But it's looking pretty good. However, he is defending. Really just thanks to the Vines, honestly. Like, he should be dead right now based off of those interesting plays like the, you know, cannon and stuff. But I don't know. He definitely is holding on a little bit. Wait, Musketeer's going to snipe down his cannon right here. Wait, let's just Vines here. Wait, that's not going to hit everything, though. Wait, does that... Okay. Dang, man. Dang, his Vines really saved him. I feel like I should have won this game like a long time ago. Nice, we get a prediction Musketeer just knowing he would pressure with the Miner. He does go for this and the Log. Wait, that doesn't kill it, does it? Oh, thank goodness that doesn't kill it. Guys, if that killed the Musketeer right there, I wouldn't know what to say. That would just be completely game-breaking. We can afford to waste the Snowball here since we just have the Vines for his minions. Nice! No, it goes on the dumb Miner, bro. We still do get the death damage, though. As you guys can see against Cycle, it is doing a pretty good job, but yeah, he's kind of able to counteract it, and he's able to get so many pairs of troops that even if I Vines the first minions, he's kind of just able to get second ones, it feels like, at this point. Oh, shoot, I think I have to defend right here. Bro, the cannon once again misses. Oh, God. How many cannons are you gonna miss? Nice, we set up the tower there. Balloon gets on the tower. I promise you guys, this guy's not trying to misplace these cannons. Versus control, I would give the vines a 9 out of 10 because it just messes up their defense. And finally, guys, I believe Abdot is playing a cycle deck right now. Yeah, you know, I actually accidentally called the miner deck a cycle deck, but the miner deck was actually meant to be control because miner does have sort of a quick cycle, but it's more so meant to be control. So yeah, Abdot does have Hog Rider right here. Okay. And the furnace as well. Kind of going to be interesting to see how this goes. I guess I'll just go for a balloon here and get my miner as well. And see what he does. He does go for a cannon, which is going to pull the balloon, surprisingly. And he does vines. Wait, let's just vines of our own. Yes! Wait, is he going to ability? Oh, he does get the ability. That's a smart ability. But we still get 2 balloon shots. Oh my gosh. See, guys, even though vines could counter some stuff very well, like, for example, the balloon, you would think that balloon could suck because vines counter it, and it pulls it down for stuff like mini Pekkas to hit, right? But at the same time, you can just use your own vines to just counteract what your opponent does with their vines, so I feel like it works out. Okay, I probably could have countered that a little bit better, but we're up so much damage, I don't really care. I'm going to set up with the Musketeer in the back right here, and we're just going to try to get ready to spam Uncle Abdod in a second. Just have to get the right stuff. Maybe a miner could work here. Okay, I think I see how this could work, guys. I have a vision right now. We're going to go for this here. We're going to miner, then he's going to maybe play like a cannon, which we can then vines onto. Nice! Hits the tower, hits the furnace, and oh my gosh, everything just died. That is crazy. Wait, he gets the skeletons. No way that stops it, right? Okay, luckily it doesn't. Thank goodness that didn't just stop a balloon, otherwise I would have been pretty surprised. But guys, realistically, it's already game over. I'll see you in the next match. Versus Cycle, I feel like the Vines can get an 8 out of 10 because they're quite good versus it, but Cycle decks can kind of out-cycle your Vines sometimes and make it hard for you to get through.